give it a couple. Give it like 2 minutes or so. Ooh. So dusty over here.
Didn't like Halo CE get 21 years now or something?
Yeah.
And wasn't there like the anniversary of like Halo 4 or something recently?
Yeah, I mean, this time of year, it's the anniversary of kind of everything.
Also, Halo Infinite's been out for 1 year now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll talk about that too. Yeah, November 15th. Interesting. So Halo 4 was released November 6th. Halo 2 was November 9th. Halo Infinite and Halo 1 are both November 15th. And Halo 3 was September 25th. So Halo 3 is the only mainline Halo game with... Oh wait, when was Reach released? No, okay, Reach was also released in September. Yo, what up, Rebel? All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get this recording.
5 minutes already?
Nah, it hasn't been 5 minutes, but we're rock and rolling.
Oh.
You ready?
You gotta push the button for me to be ready. That's the button. That's the button you push.
That's the button.
I understand that you're a little rusty.
I'm a little rusty.
Yeah, man.
I got
Gotta get some WD-40 on that trigger over there, you know?
There we go.
Well, you just had it sitting around on the table.
Yeah, dude. Take WD-40 with me everywhere I go.
Ah, okay.
Well, I'm getting so old.
You get to an age, right? You get to like an age, and just all of a sudden you just gotta carry WD-40 in your back pocket.
Yes.
You know?
The age is 31.
What is that age?
31.
Oh, okay. 31?
Yes.
Why? Why
as soon as I turned 31, all of a sudden I was getting stiff. I wake up in the morning. Dude, I don't get stiff. Like, what? In my head, I swear to God, I'm like 15 years old. I'm not 15. Maybe like 17. Anyway, I wake up. Wake up in the morning. And I can't raise my foot. I can't raise my foot. Like, I can't, like, if your foot is on the ground in front of you and you just raise your toes, leaving your heel on the ground, like, I couldn't do that. I did not have the physical ability to raise my toes. I'm like, what is this? And then I heard God whisper down to me. He goes, you're getting fucking old, dude. I was like, Jesus. I didn't realize
you're talking
this
to God.
Right. I didn't realize that this is what it was.
So why did you yell? Okay.
Well, you know, three persons in one God, you know? You can yell at the Holy Spirit, you know? They all have the same receiver, you know?
Oh, do they? Okay.
I don't know.
We're about to dig a really weird hole.
Yeah, dude. You want to talk religion for a couple minutes? You want to do that? Should we go down to Catholicism?
No, thank you.
Okay, all right, no
No,
problem.
thank you.
Yeah.
Like, there are religious aspects to the Halo universe.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Like, some things,
The
some of the
flood.
words said, and like some certain X
Yeah.
amount of things are not exactly related to like religion, but
A little.
you know,
Yeah. There's some symbolism.
there could be a little bit. You know, the flood being a thing, the ark being a
The
thing.
ark,
like,
the flood. Yeah. John 1:17. You know.
yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. The covenant.
Yes, the
The
covenant.
prophets.
Exactly.
Very religious.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's that one part in the Bible with the green man in the suit. You know, they basically just ripped that off too.
Did they really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the name of the whole thing, Halo. Like, yeah. You know, the thing that
that's
angels
you know,
have
that
up
itself
right above their
is
head.
something. Yeah.
Lets you know if you're dealing with a divine being.
The Great Journey.
The Great Journey. Is that a religious
Yeah.
thing?
In
Is
the
that
eyes
from,
of the
like-
covenant, sure.
Is that from like Land Before Time, The Great Journey?
Rabble saying in the chat, don't forget the monk chanting. There
Yeah,
go,
you got the
know.
Ooh, yeah, very religious kind of sounding, you know? Old timey
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
religion chants, you know? Ooh, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Chanting it in like probably like a cathedral hall or something, you know, with the nice
Yeah.
acoustics. Yeah, there you go. Religion and
Yeah.
Halo intertwined.
But yeah, so yeah, that's good. But that's yeah, so 31. 31 is when you start falling apart. And it's actually not true. It's not true that you start falling apart at 31. You start falling apart when you haven't been doing anything with your body. I haven't been doing anything with my body. Ever since I stopped at the post office, I'm not stretching. I'm not walking. I'm not doing anything. I am the most physically unfit I think I've ever been in my entire life right now.
Wait, you're not physically fit, or you were physically fit?
I'm saying I am the least physically fit right now that I've ever been in my entire life.
You're the least physically fit.
Correct.
I thought kids make you run around like a chicken with no head. I figured you'd be more physically fit, you know?
Well, that's true. Most of my activity is around chasing my kids around. In fact, the other day we were running back and forth in the house just for a while. But after 10 minutes, dude, I'm like, I need some water, you know? I got no cardio.
Yeah.
I got only enough muscle to lift 2 and 4-year-olds. So, you know, it's like, yeah, I guess it's more than nothing. But I'm not swinging the kettlebell. I'm not doing swings in the morning. I'm not stretching. I'm not lifting. Do you even lift, bro? No, not at all. Hardly.
I
Groceries.
do. Boxes.
I have this big
Boxes.
bag that I carry into people's homes with all my samples in it. You know, when I do
HFCS.
a product demo.
Bags of kernels.
Yeah. You know what
Candy
else?
box.
I have I stand in people's showers, so I do some standing for a little bit, you know. But honestly, I am the most
That's an
physically
incredibly awkward phrase to say.
What?
I stand in people's showers.
I do. It's part of the job. I go up, right? I go into somebody's home and I say, you know, we have a little conversation beforehand, find out some information, you know, how long they live there. JJ and Rabble, come on, guys. By the way,
Do they know you're there?
to join the live stream. You get to watch this ridiculous chat. But yeah,
Is
so
it like do you just like, you know, you're talking to them and you just casually step in, you know? What if there's like water in there? Like, what if they just used the shower recently?
I asked them. You know, I play it by ear.
You play it by ear.
Yeah, I play it by ear. You know, I have a game plan.
Oh.
I kind of go up there and I
Oh.
think to myself, like, all right, let me context. I go up there, and if they just took a shower, which isn't often, But if they just took a shower and everything's wet, I won't step in with my shoes on. Partly because there's going to be dirt on the bottom of my shoes that now is going to make things dirty in their tub or their shower. And that doesn't look good. So I won't do that. But typically, I'll ask them, say, hey, is it okay if I step in your tub? And they have always said yes. Why are you laughing? They've always said yes. And I do that because, look, I got to get my hands above the unit. I got to feel for cracks.
Okay if I step in your tub.
I got to feel for cracks. You know, hey, is there crack above the system? You know, what's going on here?
Come on, really?
Yeah, dude, I get in there. I got to look. Because, look, most people are not aware. I shouldn't say most. Maybe half the people, homes that I go into, they don't think they have any problems. They're like, oh, yeah, dude, we saw your ads on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. We just wanted to see what it would be. I get there. Turns out they have a shower system that's not waterproof. They got mold trying to escape through the cracks in the system. I'm like, guys, you have moisture behind your system. It's building. You got mold that's building. I'm no health expert. I can't talk about what mold does to somebody's health because I'm not a doctor or anything like that. But I can talk about what mold will do to the wood in your house if it's your beams. There have been homes where I've gone in and they have so much water damage on their beams and on their joists. We literally can't do any kind of work because they waited too long to get something done. And so I gotta get in the tub, man. I gotta get in their shower and say, hey, look, these cracks, you got water getting back here. You are months, maybe a year, maybe, from being at the point where you need a major construction job in order to get this all fixed because you're gonna have rot through the rest of your house. Do you know what the number one cause of house? See, this is how much I talk about this stuff every single day. There's just a lot of reasons why getting in the shower is a good idea. You get in there, you show the people, hey, look, I'm in here. I could see it all. I could feel it. There was one shower I got into. They had no idea they had anything wrong. On the one side of their faucet, it was completely black. They got mold trying to jump out of there. They couldn't see it from the other side. I'm like, did you guys see this? And they're like, oh, we didn't see that. Like, how long has this problem been here? I didn't even know that was a problem. And that's okay. It's okay they didn't know it was a problem. That's why I'm there. No, I'm not selling anybody a shower. I'm just talking about, you know, what I do. Part of what I do. Trax's job is to drop the word moist the most amount of times.
I love JJ Fitt's comment here. Mailman to shower hopper. Incredible career shift.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just wants to get...
So, okay, hold on. So, you know those tests you were doing earlier?
Yes.
Do they have anything to do with the stuff that you're talking about now? Like the whole, like, determining whether or not the wood's gonna rot? Or is that just a sales pitch thing?
Well, it's not a sales pitch. I mean, that's a real thing. And yeah, go ahead.
Like, you kind of just started the job, like, you know, a couple months ago, right? Like, how are you now all of a sudden, like, the expert in, like, oh, this crack's going to create the moistness that's going to create rotting wood, that's going to create, like, this, that's going to make you have to pay this amount of money, that's going to have to make you do construction.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I mean, look, most people have the general idea that they know that water is bad going into your home. Most people know that water will rot wood. Most people don't know that they have water that's getting behind their system because they don't know about baths and showers. I've been doing nothing but learning about, studying, and going through and going into people's homes and seeing what's going on in this one little space. Like, I don't have to learn everything about construction. I only had to learn about this one little space. And when you're doing it 6 days a week, 12 hours a day for a few months, you learn a lot. You pick up a lot. So yeah, a lot of that stuff that I was being tested on had to do with understanding all aspects of what the hell it is that I'm talking about. Because, you know, you can't go into somebody's home and be like, oh yeah, you got mold issues when there's like no mold showing. Like, you know, if somebody doesn't have any mold issues, I don't go, oh, you know what? You got some mold issues. Like, no, look, you got a great system. I don't know how you guys kept it up like this. That's amazing. Why do you have me here? And then they go, we just wanted to make it look nicer. Okay, great. Well, let's make it look nicer. But, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And as for how much things cost if they don't get things done, Yeah, I mean, we have access to people who are in the industry who do things like general contracting and that type of construction. So we get to have access to how much things cost, you know, for different kinds of problems that people have in their homes. So, you know, it's just knowledge that you get over the course of time. I mean, anything that you do a deep dive into 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, like you're going to learn fairly quickly.
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, yeah, there is a lot to also learn, right? But like, I don't know, I don't know, I was just sitting there, I was just like, well, I mean, I guess like that is quite a bit to say.
Yeah, but like here's the other thing too is like I go out and I see it. Like there's some times where I go to somebody's home and I have to tell them like we can't do any work here because your joists are rotted, and that's why your entire floor has sunk and shifted, and the trim pieces don't line up on your doorway anymore because your wall has dropped. Like I get to see every single stage that a shower, tub, bathroom goes through because I'm in so many different ones every single day. So I get to see them like, oh, okay, this is somebody who didn't take care of the issue. Oh, this is somebody who has been taking care of the issue the entire time and everything is clean and everything is nice. And then here's most of the people are somewhere in the middle. So, you know, it's like I see so much of it. And yeah, it's been a few months, but you see so much in that short period of time. And again, I'm only dealing with this one little area, so it's easy to pick it up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, the greatest segue ever.
Yeah.
How do we go from showers to Halo?
So here's what we can do. Ready for this? Sometimes
yes,
you're feeling a little funky, you know? Mystery, when you're feeling a little funky, what's the best thing to do?
take a shower.
Right. Halo Infinite is feeling a little funky. And this winter update is like a brand new shower. Oh, let it clean me off. Refresh me. Something new. We got new maps. We got new modes. How about that? It's better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, I was going to go maybe along the lines of how we got, like how 343 had like showered us with new stuff. But okay.
Yeah,
cleansing,
or that.
Sure.
It's kind of a little bit like, kind of like a baby shower, you know? You know, they give you a bunch of things.
Baby shower. Baby's already there though, so
no, babies aren't there at a baby shower.
Right, but the baby in this situation.
Oh, I see.
Is it not Halo Infinite? It already exists.
Yeah, baby's a year old. It's like a
baby's a year old, man.
It's like a late baby shower. It's like. Well,
why don't we just call it its first birthday? Why is it gonna be a late baby shower a year later?
Well, because we got to use the word shower, and a shower for a 1-year-old doesn't sound appropriate in the same way that a baby shower sounds more.
So 343 has showered us with new content, I suppose, in celebration of Halo Infinite's first birthday.
You know, it's funny. They didn't even say anything about it being a year old. Like, they didn't even go like, hey, happy 1 year, you know, Halo Infinite.
Do they not? I thought they would have on social media.
You know what? Maybe they did. I just saw a lot more talking about Halo CE. Like, yo, my God, 17 years ago. Halo CE came out. Iconic. That's pretty much all the stuff that I saw.
Is that what you saw?
Yeah. We were looking up the release dates of Halo games. And Halo Infinite, Halo CE came out November 15th, which was yesterday. November 15th, if you're watching this live. And then we saw that there were 2 games released in September. The rest have been in November, which is kind of interesting when you think about that. Like, no October releases for Halo. It's only been November and September for the mainline games anyway. And Halo 3 was one of the games. Do you remember what the other game was that was released in September? Mystery?
Would it be... Wait, you talked about this right before the podcast, too.
Yeah. I'm trying to do another segue here for you.
Okay. Okay. I'm paying attention. I
Yep.
think.
Yep.
Hold on.
Sure.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
2 Halo games in September.
2 Halo games in September.
One was Halo 3.
One was Halo 3.
The other was. This is
What
where
was the
you.
other one?
This Halo Reach.
The other was Halo Reach, Trax.
Yes.
Yeah. Trax, it was
And
Halo Reach.
Speaking of Halo Reach.
Trax, it was Halo Reach.
Yeah, but.
We are doing so terribly with these segues. I just caught on to what you were trying to lead on to.
Speaking of Halo Reach.
Speaking of Halo Reach, for those that do not know, this Saturday is the Avenging Crusade Memorial stream. We did one last year, we did one the year before, we also did one the year before, and we did one the year that he actually passed away. Right? We do one every year, usually the Saturday of like the week that he passed. And it's just a bunch of Halo communities that get together that he was a part of. And we get together and we play his favorite Halo game, which is Halo Reach, and we play custom games essentially for a good chunk of the night. Usually we get together around 6:00 p.m. or around 8:00 p.m. Some of us get together and we'll play, 8:00 to, let's say, 12:00 or 1:00 or 2:00 or something, and it's just straight up just Halo Reach custom games. Lots of Mongoose Getaway, definitely, because that seems to be like a favorite amongst us all. And we'll play other things like Duck Hunt. We'll play Snipe a Mole and Cops and Robbers every once in a while. We'll probably throw in like a couple of other like really fun customs. So that's happening this Saturday. We're starting to gather together around 6 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, by the way. And I plan on doing a 12-hour stream. I just haven't determined what time I will be starting. I'm hoping to start, let's say, 3:00, maybe 4:00, so then I can wrap up by 3:00 a.m. or 4:00 a.m. I'm hoping that's a fairly reasonable time. And any money that is earned via Twitch bits or subs, that I will be I will be donating towards the family. And that the family will do with it what they wish with the money. Last year we raised at least, I think it was $200 at least, and the money ended up going towards getting his kids some extra Christmas gifts that year. And Harmony actually ended up getting a Nintendo Switch out of that extra little bit of money, and she plays it like every single day to this day. So Harmony being his youngest daughter. Which is actually really heartwarming to find out, right? So yeah, that'll happen this Saturday. If you guys would like to, check out the stream or donate anything, that would be on twitch.tv/REALMISTRY. Are you talking?
Testing.
Oh,
There we go. Hi. I'm back.
Oh,
Can you hear me better now?
I thought I was the problem.
No, you were not the problem. You're never the problem. That's not true.
Usually I am the problem, so usually I'm the one refreshing.
No, so I'll just edit all that out. So what I was saying is that the event is a ton of fun. If you just kind of want to show up and have a good time, for the event. Support if you can. But it's a great night for custom games. It's so much fun. Last year we had an absolute blast. So if you're able to donate and take part in the cause, please do so. It's an awesome cause. It makes a real difference, and the money goes directly to them. And so yeah, I think even last year, the family sent a message back, just kind of thanking everybody. So it's a really good cause, and you know what? I think that if you guys are able to, I encourage you, please donate. You mentioned that subs and bits will be donated towards the family. You'll also just be taking regular donations too, right? Like through PayPal.
I don't have any of that kind of stuff set up. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. But usually just bits and subs is probably the easiest to kind of work around right now.
Okay, so bits and subs, perfect. You can get them really easy on Twitch, so that's perfect. Awesome. So yep, if you guys get a chance, then please come out on Saturday. It's support, show up. It'll be a really good time. Thank you for hosting that, Mystery. You do that. It's been every year. And it's an awesome cause. Since his
passing, yeah. So I guess it's been 4 years, but we did it that same year that he passed, and
right.
So this would be I guess the 5th one, technically, but it's been 4 official years since he's passed.
Right.
Kind of weird, I know, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I mean I like the call, and I love the idea that his kids are, benefiting directly, from us. So I think that's really cool.
I think the other thing that's really nice about the whole thing is that a lot of us that would get together and play, we don't get much time to play together in general throughout the year, right? Because he was part of multiple communities. He was part of the Drunken Halo podcast community. He was part of the old PGCR podcast community. Hell, he was part of my old podcast community, right? He was there, and a lot of us just don't play. Last time we played with each other was probably that memorial stream, so
right.
It's just this one day that we all get together and play Halo for the fun of playing Halo. I mean, we probably had ample opportunities, but everyone's got busy lives. So if we all know hey, we can get together this one night a year to play in memory of a friend of ours, why not?
Right.
Why not dedicate that one night?
Why not do that?
And the parents and the family, they love listening to us just banter for fun about Halo. Cool. And about those particular moments. They love it because it reminds them of when he was playing.
Right.
How loud we get and how rowdy we get amongst each other. So yeah.
So get in, get loud, get rowdy, and have fun.
Yep. That's the plan.
That's the plan. So yeah, so that's that. For Halo Infinite, they just had their winter update. Winter was coming, now winter is here. No dragons, just winter. Just the winter update. In fact, it's actually kind of perfect timing because here in Philly, it has gotten cold in the last couple of days. It was 70 degrees, and then the next day it was down in the 50s or the 40s or something like that. It was kind of crazy. So the update came, winter is here, and now it's super cold outside. Have you had a chance to play the new game mode? What's the name of the new game mode? Let me look it up here real quick.
I mean, for us, it's been about 20 degrees, your guys' is Fahrenheit, so...
Yeah. Covert...
And it's snowing.
Covert 1... Oh, it's snowing there?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
We got our first snowfall.
Now, does that snow basically stay there until springtime? Does it just stay frozen forever?
I have a feeling that it's going to warm up again and melt in by the end of this month. And then maybe closer to December time, it'll probably maybe early December, I'll probably actually end up staying until spring.
You know what would be a lot of fun is if we had you do weather predictions for the next week without you knowing anything that was actually going to happen, giving us your temperatures, and let's see if you could be, it's kind of an idea that I know we won't do, but I think it's kind of fun. How accurate you can be, because you're yeah, I just have a feeling it's going to get warmer, and you know what? I don't disagree. I have that same feeling. As soon as you said it, I was dude, I got that feeling too. So I think we're tuning into something.
We're on the same frequency.
Yeah, we're tuning into the jet stream or whatever. I don't know whether.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
No, I guess you just don't get the pun that you made. Okay.
I did. I said, yeah, I got it. The jet stream. Tune in to the stream. Yes. Yes. Can you hear me? Am I on mute again? God damn it.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So, I think
I can hear you, I think.
Good. I think that's you talking. Could be
I
this part of my brain
so.
that's screaming every Wednesday night. Okay. New multiplayer mode. Covert 1 flag. Have you played it yet?
Negative.
Let me give you the rundown on the Covert 1 flag. Okay. So, one team attacking, one team defending. We sort of talked about this before. The team that's attacking.
That's capture the flag, though.
Yes, but it's one capture the flag. So attackers and defenders. Yeah, it's one flag.
What's the twist here, buddy? What's the twist?
You're like not really a new game mode. We've had capture the flag.
Yeah, we've had one flag this entire time. What makes this so covert?
Well, this is covert. This is covert. Okay, it's different. It's totally different, Mystery. It's a brand new game mode,
like,
sort of.
I'm asking what makes. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna shut up now. I'm obviously throwing you off course. I'm gonna shut up now.
Now you're great. Okay, so here's what makes it covert. Okay, what makes it covert is active camouflage. For who? For the attackers. The attackers have active camouflage and sidekicks and pulse carbines. So, you catch a guy kind of standing there. You got your active camo. He doesn't see you. With the pulse carbine. With the pulse carbine. Boom, one shot with the sidekick. They're dead.
So it's not typical AR pistol?
No. No, it's not. The defending team. We must protect this house.
We must protect this house. This is our house. This is our house.
Hunts the invisible attackers and defends their flag with commando rifles, which recently has become my favorite rifle again. More on that later. With commando rifles, energy swords, and unlimited threat sensors. So the attackers try to get close to the flag. The defenders are shooting out their little threat sensors all over the place. Unlimited camo, unlimited threat sensors. You can't spam threat sensors. It takes like a couple seconds for you to shoot another. You know, you can't shoot back to back. You got to wait a little bit. And so, you know, if you happen to discover a camouflage guy, boop, they pop up in that little sphere, you know, and then you can take them out. So it's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Was that? I thought you were going to keep going.
I was just breathing a little bit, you know, in case you wanted to say something. You could have that. You didn't have to, though. That's all good.
I wasn't sure. I thought you were taking a pause to like say something else.
Yeah, it was a pregnant pause. You ever hear that phrase before?
No, but I feel like we're gonna go off track for a bit.
Yeah, pregnant pause is where like there's a pause, but it feels like somebody's supposed to be saying something. So they say it's a pregnant pause because there's nobody's saying anything, but like there's something there, and everybody can kind of feel like, oh, something's here, but nobody's saying anything. So it's a pregnant pause. Get it? All right. So what do you Mystery, from the sounds from the from the sounds of this, how does this game mode sound to you?
It sounds great. I mean, I'd love to try it out. I'm actually kind of curious as to why they decided to pick up pulse carbines or plasma carbines or whatever. Instead of anything, like instead of just the AR sidekick combo.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not really sure.
I'm wondering if it has anything to do with like the lock-on mechanic or whatever.
Yeah, could be for sure. Gives you a little distance, makes the sidekick a little bit beefier. You know, because the other side is commando rifles, right? So if somebody just starts, you know, shooting off their rifle and you're trying to go at them just with a sidekick, although, I mean, the sidekick's pretty powerful. So It's not exactly uneven, but yeah, Pulse Carbine in there. I've played a lot of this mode. I've had a lot of fun with it. To me, I'm very interested to see more game modes that are like this. In previous Halo games, you didn't really have the ability for one team to have a certain set of weapons and another team have another set of weapons. At the spawn, the only way that you could do it was like everybody had the same set of weapons, or it was Fiesta and everybody had a different random weapon. But to be able to assign two different teams different weapons is really cool and really neat. And I like that they made this game mode. And I think what's going to be really cool about this is like the different ways that people can kind of take this idea, this concept of two teams with two different, loadouts essentially, and see how they kind of play against each other. So I would love to see some more modes. I think it plays really well. I have a lot of fun with it. I kicked ass. I've never used the energy sword on defense. I always use the commando rifle. But I have really enjoyed this game mode. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't played it, definitely check it out and definitely play it. I think it's a blast.
It sounds exciting. I really do want to try it out. Is it very specific to the new maps that have come out?
No, it's on a bunch of different maps. The new maps are in there for sure. But I played I played a couple games on Streets. I played a couple games on, I want to say Live Fire. I could be wrong about that one though. But definitely Streets for sure. I remember because I had a crazy freaking game on Streets. But yeah, definitely that one new map, Detachment. I remember playing on Detachment a bunch of times in that mode.
Oh, I can't. Man, for the life of me, and it sounds terrible. I can never remember the names of the maps. When you say Detachment, I don't know what map that is.
Yeah, so the easy way to know Detachment is because it's the one map that has that like separate little island. So it's like Detachment.
Oh, it's the new map. Okay.
New map. Yes, new map.
Oh, I see. Okay. And Streets is like the one with the arcade and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But like beyond that, like the other stuff, I just can't. I don't know why. It's just not sinking in my head.
All right. Do you know, if I said to you Live Fire, is that a map that you would know off the top of your head? Like you're like, oh yeah, okay, I know Live Fire.
Based on the name, I'm going to assume it's the shooting range one.
Yes. That's
okay.
Live Fire. Yeah.
Right.
Now, what about Aquarius?
No.
Okay.
Is that the one with the little the whirlpool thing in the middle of like one side, or
that one's called Recharge.
That one's called Recharge.
Yeah, you can think about it this way. Think about like underwater, energy harvesting kind of plant thing, recharge electricity using the currents of the ocean. That's how I think about it.
Really? Because like underwater, I think of Fathom from Halo 5.
Yeah, but forget that.
Wait, hold on. You're saying Aquarius is underwater?
No. Recharge has the whirlpools.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my weird way of remembering it. See, they got the whirlpools generating the electricity, kind of there's not whirlpools generating electricity, but like kind of like underwater turbines that get kind of like, pushed by the currents of the ocean. They do that in order to harvest electricity because they, are able to kind of take the energy that's generated from the water, turning those things over, and that they're able to generate electricity and kind of hold on to that. That's what I think of when I think recharge. Okay, let me recharge by, here's these whirlpools, water. Okay, cool. Like that's how I do it in my head for like, when I think about how I remember the name of that map. I mean, really, if I'm being honest, like I just know it, but like that's the way that I would, if I didn't know it, that's how I would remember it. It's how my brain works,
Tracks.
Yeah.
Halo 4's Haven.
Yeah.
You know that map?
Yes.
Halo 4's Solace.
It's been a while since I played. I'm pretty sure I know what map that is. Is that the orangey kind of one that has like a little bit of the map that's outside in that one corner, and then the rest of it's kind of inside?
No, it's the one with the big grab lift in the middle.
Let me look this up.
The big like energy beam grab lift in the middle. From the bottom, it takes you to the top.
Yeah, I don't know Halo 4 maps, so it's a little bit different. Halo 4 Solace.
Okay.
Multiplayer.
Do you know Plaza? From Halo
what
5?
game? Yes.
Okay. What about... Man, I can't even remember Halo 5 map names. This is bothering me now.
What is this map? Oh, Solace. Oh, this had those areas in the back. Okay, yeah, okay. I know this map. It's alright.
Wow, interesting. It's interesting how we remember certain maps. Because I remember Solace due to the grav lift, right? Like, I remember, like, okay, the color is very yellowy orange. Solace is very sun.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Like, the color associated with the grav lift is very sun-like, therefore Solace. Haven has this very, like, it's up in the air. It's got a very cloudy, kind of heavenly kind of, like,
Yep.
Right? And that's where I get Haven.
Right.
Right. So... I mean, I can get Streets, I suppose, from Halo Infinite, and I guess Livefire now, but Aquarius, I just... Like, you're saying that one's an underwater thing, right?
No, we're talking about Recharge right now.
Yeah, but Recharge has the Whirlpool thing.
Right.
And what's Aquarius, then?
Aquarius is kind of like the spiritual successor to Midship. It has camo that spawns top mid. You can run through bottom mid. You know, you got the lanes that are on either side. There's pulse grenades on the one side. There's the ramps that kind of go up to the middle on the other side. Well, actually, the ramps kind of go up on both. And then they have like those corners where, you know, you can kind of throw grenades, you know, and you can sort of like jump up, you know, for safety. When you spawn, there's either a battle rifle or commando that's right in front of you, and then when you walk up that little steps, you know, you can see the enemy on the other side kind of looking back at you.
Okay.
Do you know what map I'm talking about?
I asked you what Aquarius was, so I'm gonna say Aquarius.
No. Do you know, like, in your head, can you visualize what map I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay. But yeah, so that's a map.
I don't know why.
You don't know why what?
It's just bothering me.
What's bothering you?
Bothering me.
What's bothering you?
Cause like I could remember Guardian from Halo 3 and High Ground from Halo 3 and like Standoff from Halo 3 and Epitaph from Halo 3 and like all those maps. I can remember like, you know, Adrift from Halo 4, Solace from... I'm just trying to say something 343 because I don't want people thinking I'm specifically targeting Bungie.
Yeah. See, I don't know those ones that you're saying right now.
Okay. I could okay, Halo 5, I could remember Plaza and Truth and Regret, I suppose.
Because, Truth, Regret,
right?
Kinda,
Stasis, I can remember. Fathom, I can remember.
I don't know Stasis off the top of my head. I do know Fathom. Is Stasis the remix of Fathom?
No.
Oh, okay.
The remix of Fathom was called something else.
All right. That one did not do a good job at
Stasis did have a remix. Stasis was the one in outer space, and then the remix version of Stasis was like
outer space
in the snow.
Okay.
The ice.
Okay.
I can't remember what that one was called for some reason.
Yeah, I know the rig in Halo 5, Coliseum in Halo 5. Coliseum is probably the best.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So I don't remember the names, but when you say the rig, I remember what it looked like.
Yeah, that's a hard map to kind of forget the name. Yeah, not the name, but like it's hard not to be able to put those together when you see them or hear them.
And I guess that's what I'm kind of like getting to for the most part. Like Aquarius, as an example, I just don't see it. Like, you know, when the name is, and that's what's bothering me, right? Like the name is said, I just don't see it.
Yeah, let me see. I want to zodiac sign Aquarius. I wonder if it looks like the zodiac sign or something like that. What?
Oh, that would be an interesting concept. Like a top view of the map, and the Aquarius sign looks like the top view of the map.
Maybe. Let me see. I'm looking at the signs right now. No, not at all. Aquarius looks like two zigzags on top of each other, so that has nothing to do with that map. I don't know what that's about. Who knows?
All right. Well, I mean, okay. Sorry. All right. I just don't. Some of the maps I just don't seem to remember. Maybe I just need to play it more.
That's right. Yeah, dude, you probably got to play it more, or they got to make better maps that are more memorable.
Yeah, I mean, I can't attest to that, because I mean, like, also, like, a lot of people probably do remember Aquarius as a map and all these other maps. Maybe I'm just out of it, you know?
Yeah, I get that. Here's the other thing too. It's like the games where you play lots of custom games and you're selecting the map. Like that's the way to really remember what the maps are. And like in Halo Infinite, you know, not really the same kind of feel for custom games. Tend to kind of just play matchmaking. So you know what, like maybe when they have more custom game options and stuff like that, maybe we'll be playing on more maps and selecting them and remembering
the
them,
alternative could be I'm just getting old.
Yeah, it could be that. You know, I'm trying to make it something that's not on you. You know, is really what I'm trying. I'm trying to help you out here. You know,
I mean, it is on me.
I feel like I
the
pull
reason
you
why
out,
I can't remember maps
kind of
is
like,
my fault.
I feel like you're like hanging out of a car, and I keep trying to pull you in, and then you're like, whoa, and then like you're.
Can I go farther out of the car?
And like, Jesus, get in the car. You know, it could just be the maps. You know, whatever. But yeah, I hear you.
There's more air if I stick my body out of the window.
God damn it, just get in the fucking car. No, but I look, I definitely sympathize with that. Like, I don't know the names of Reach maps. I don't know the names of Halo 4 maps. Some of them I do, but not all of them. I know every single map that was in Halo 2. I know every single map that was in Halo 3. Not Halo 1. I never really played Halo 1 multiplayer. But I don't know. It could have been that time. It could have been my age. It could have been the maps were just much more memorable. Who knows what it is? But
maybe.
Yeah, at a certain point, you know, there's so many multiplayer maps that you've played on that have names. It's hard for your brain to remember them all. It's not your fault.
Gotta remember them all.
Gotta remember them. Okay, so aside from the maps, we got the two maps, Argyle and Detachment. Detachment's fun. Argyle's fun. I got no problem with those maps. I think they're good. I think that they play well, and I could not tell at all that they were. I totally 100% forgot that they were Forge maps. So the Forge is awesome, and these maps played like dev-made maps, in my opinion. I think that the window or the gap between what Forge can do and what the developers can do, I think it has shrunk so unbelievably much. It doesn't look like a Forge map in any way, in my opinion. So I think that they crushed it with Forge there, and I'm very excited to see what kind of maps people make, because you know, hopefully this means we can get more maps into multiplayer faster and have more of a variety of places to play on. So I'm really pumped for that, for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tried this new Covert Slayer.
Yeah.
No, Covert Flag 1, Covert Covert 1 Flag.
Yes.
We got there. Okay.
We got there. We did it.
We got there. We did it. You played with Covert 1 Flag.
A lot of Covert 1 Flag.
Oh, a lot of it.
Yeah, a bunch of it.
Okay. What has been your favorite map to play Covert 1 Flag on?
Any of them. I just really like the game mode.
Okay.
You know what?
So
Actually,
you haven't picked out like a favorite one?
No, I got it. It's probably Detachment.
Isn't Detachment a BTB map? Like, isn't it supposed to be like a big team battle kind of map? Like, how many players are playing over?
It's smaller than it looks like when they're like showing you like an overview of it.
but they say it's a big team battle map. So when I think a big team battle map, I think it's gonna fit like 16 people or whatever, right? So like,
no, that would be way too overcrowded for BTB. And BTB is what, 24 players, right? Because it's 12 on 12.
Sorry, yes, 24 players now.
Yeah. What year do you think this is, Mystery? Huh?
I believe it's 2018 at the moment.
Unfortunately, well, I don't know if that's fortunately or fortunately. I don't know. Maybe we could go back in time and stop COVID. Nope, it is 2022, and
Stop
it is
COVID.
BTB.
Just go to the person that started doing whatever caused COVID and just slap
Don't eat
it out
that
of their hand
bat.
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Slap the bat out of the guy's hand.
Oh my God.
Or whatever. It came out of the lab. Whatever you want. Whatever way it happened. I don't care. I don't
know how COVID happened.
We would
or how
stop
it started.
it,
I have no concrete evidence, but
yeah, he would go one way. It would be like the Arbiter and Master Chief in Halo 2. I'd search one likely spot, and he would search the other.
You're looking for a bat. I'm looking for a lab.
Yeah, I'll go to the market. You go to the lab. Either way, we're finding this fucking thing, okay? And we're gonna prevent it from setting stuff off, okay? It's exactly where basically it's the campaign of Halo 2, the last act. That's what me and Mystery are gonna do.
Finding Patient Zero. Following them, seeing where they go.
Code name the Sacred Icon. Okay, that's our job. We gotta find the Sacred Icon.
We have to do it covertly, though.
Yes, covert.
And we have to capture that flag. So
covert Sacred Icon capture.
We're gonna be very detached from society.
Stop it. I like the map. I like detachment. It's a lot of fun. I also played this one game mode, Repulsor Rockets. Have you played that, like, in regular matchmaking at all?
Sorry, I played something Repulsor. What?
Repulsor Rockets. Or Rocket Repulsors?
I did come across that in Big Team Battle.
Okay, so they have that in 4v4 as well, and that game mode is a ton of fun on detachment. Because so many people are flying over the man cannons and shooting rockets down, and then you just repulse them back up in the air, and if you hit somebody, it feels really good.
I thought detachment had teleporters or something for the first time.
Nah, they're man cannons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Man cannons.
Good.
All right. Understood.
Good. Glad we are on the same page here.
Oh. All right. Sure. Yes, sir.
They messed with my battle rifle. Not happy about it.
What did they do?
Well, the base damage and aim assist for the battle rifle have both been reduced.
Oh.
Here's their description for.
I guess I'm not competitive enough to even have noticed.
Yeah, it's harder. So the developer notes say, we want the BR-75 to remain the versatile weapon we know and love, but also have noticed it has been performing a bit too well, making it not feel as rewarding as it should. Totally disagree. In the winter update, we wanted to raise the skill ceiling of landing the final kill shot, as well as reduce its effectiveness at range from the hip. These changes should help make kills with the BR-75 feel even more rewarding. Have you ever had that experience where you have the BR and you land your first 3 shots, but then the 4th one seems more difficult? Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
It's on purpose. I didn't know that.
It's happened all the time.
I always thought that was like a mental thing with me, where I'm just like, how did I mess up that last shot? It's on purpose.
For me, it's like, oh, gotta get the head. Oh my god, panicking, stress, fire, miss, no!
Yeah, but it's actually harder to hit that last shot on the head. Like, that's not, that you're not imagining that. Like, it's actually more difficult to land the final headshot. Weird.
Wait, are you saying it's only applying to the head, like just the head, that final shot? Or I thought it was just overall.
Landing the, okay, so we're talking about 2 different things here. Forget about them changing the battle rifle, right? The battle rifle as you know it for the last year, the way it's been performing, that last kill, the last shot is technically more difficult than the first 3 shots. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I always thought that was like my head and my brain and I was messing myself up. Like, no, but that's on purpose. It's designed that way.
Okay.
That doesn't blow your mind? That blew my mind.
No.
I always thought I was just joking. No, it's actually more difficult. It's on purpose.
I guess I'm just not as competitive anymore.
This is a big deal.
If this was a long time ago for me, I guess I would have been like, oh my god, but like, yeah, okay.
But it's not even a competitive thing. Like that experience of like shot. Oh my god, what happened? Where's his head? Like, I've had that experience so many times. I didn't know that it was designed to have reduced effectiveness for that final shot. I didn't know that, and that blew my mind when I read that. So anyway, all right, here's the changes.
Did you like fall off your chair?
I would have had this chair not been incredibly comfy. Here's the actual changes. This is a little bit in the nitty gritty. I don't know if we really need to go. Whatever, I'll do it. Headshot. No, I'm not going to go through this. Basically, bullet magnetism has been reduced. The range has been reduced. And something called the headshot prioritization angle has also been reduced. So everything's more difficult for the battle rifle. Battle rifle sucks now. It's not that it sucks. It's just more difficult. Something
thanks 343. I appreciate a little bit more difficulty. It's been obviously too easy to kill people. So.
Thanks for the shitty battle rifle. Here's a rifle that I have been...
hold on. So, sorry, before we move on to the next topic.
Let's do it.
Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
When they changed the Halo 4 battle rifle from the 4-round burst to the 5-round burst thing, did that bother you?
It went from 5 to 4.
Sorry. Yeah, whatever. The other way around. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Did that bother you?
Did what bother me?
Well, I guess it was more of a buff, though, I suppose.
Like when they increased the damage, so it took 4 headshots instead of 5 headshots?
Yeah.
I prefer the battle rifle to have 4 shots to kill somebody. So I was happy with that change.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I know a lot of people that use DMRs, for example, they were really upset of the fact that the BR got a buff like that. And like for me, like, I don't know, like as a primary BR user, even with the 5-shot BR, it really didn't bother me as much.
Yeah, I feel like most of the BR kills that I get anywhere are usually 5 or 6 shots, you know? So it's like... Yeah.
So, like, it didn't really affect me too much, but, you know, I guess it could have, like, I guess it could have bothered people that use DMR, I suppose. Yeah,
I think 5's a lot. No, I definitely prefer a 4-shot BR for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyways, the next topic that you were going to move on to.
That's okay. I was just going to go to the next gun here. The VK78, do you know what that is the beginning of? Like what gun in the game starts out with VK78?
The Viking Hammer of God. Yeah, that one.
But what's the gun?
The Viking gun.
The VK78
is...
It's kind of like how it's like BR75 battle rifle. This is the VK78 blank. What's the blank? Take a guess.
The DMR.
The commando rifle.
Oh, yeah. The commando rifle.
I didn't know that was the beginning of it. I didn't know it was VK78 commando rifle. I had no idea. I just always called it the commando rifle. Anyway, the VK78 commando rifle's aim assist has been increased, making it more effective at shorter distances. One of the most common pieces of feedback we've seen is that aiming with the VK78 commando felt loose, especially at shorter range. To help increase its effectiveness up close, we've slightly increased the bullet magnetism and slightly reduced the high minimum error. I have no idea what that is. We've seen this help players finish off targets at closer range. We've seen this help players finish off targets at closer range during internal playtests. So we're eager to see how this plays out in the wild. Okay, You know what they did with the commando rifle?
They buffed it.
They buffed it. But do you know what they buffed it to? Essentially, this commando rifle feels the way that it did in the beta. This commando rifle feels, oh no, not the beta, the third flight test. That third flight, when they had the commando and I was like, this is like my favorite gun, I'm enjoying it so much. Then they made the commando rifle suck for no reason. And now they're bringing it back and buffing it to basically how it was during that third flight test. It's amazing now. I love it. I love the commando rifle. I look for it on maps to pick up. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm not picking up the commando rifle anymore then.
Why? I don't get it. It's better now.
I didn't like it during the flight test.
Have you liked it in the last year?
Yeah.
Wait, in the third flight test?
The flight test that you thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? I actually did not like picking up the commando rifle.
But you liked it.
Unpopular opinion, I know, but like,
well, it was harder. It's been harder to use over the last year than it was during the flight test.
And like, I understand that, but I felt more comfortable with it after when they did make that change.
Oh, well, you're just a pro, so you're kind of like, yeah, screw the noobs, have the high skill gap. I'm a beast with this thing, and players got to.
So you're saying that like now that the BR has been adjusted in a way where like it needs a higher skill gap, I'm gonna be a little bit better.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna be ripping people apart with the battle rifle now. You're gonna go like, wow, this really feels good.
You know, I've eaten a lot of bolognas in the past, but that's the biggest bunch of bologna you've given me.
You're the one telling me that you like the guns when they're not as good, and I believe you. I do. I believe that you were more comfortable with it. I'm saying you're a pro. You're a pro level player who's on a Halo podcast, and if you had just been discovered by, by Tom Taylor, then you know what, you'd probably be playing for G8 or whatever that team is.
Right. Okay.
But yeah. So there you go. There's a bunch of other stuff. Those were kind of the big things that I wanted to talk about.
So the commando rifle you're going to be picking up more often now. I'm not going to be touching it as much.
Yeah, apparently.
Actually, I'll probably pick it up and we'll see. But I got to give it a shot. Pun intended.
Yeah, pick it up. Take it out. Take a couple shots with it. Have a good time.
Right. Okay. Is it in any does it have its own kind of game type that I can try at all by any chance, or?
Yeah. So if you play the new game mode, anytime that you're on defense, if you play covert one flag, anytime you're on defense, why did I say it like that? Anytime you're on defense, anytime you're on defense. Why did I say it so weird that first time? Anytime you're on defense, you will have the commando as a starting weapon.
I thought you said swords was a starting weapon.
Swords and commando.
Oh, I thought it was swords only. Man, I feel like you said that 3 times, but it just never clicked.
That's okay. There's a lot of weird things going on, so it's a lot to keep track of. It's like you just started out learning about tubs and showers, and there's just a lot of information. It doesn't make sense at first.
This is true.
Give it 90 days of playing that game mode, and you'll know it inside and out.
The tub?
No, the covert one flag.
Oh.
Yeah, if you played covert one flag for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for 90 days, you'll know it all.
Yep. Yeah, I will definitely not know it all for
sure. Oh, actually, you know what? One other thing that I want to say here. I like this. Reduced penalties for leaving uneven ranked matches. Previously, the first player who left a ranked multiplayer match lost 15 CSR points, and players on the losing team lost up to 15 points, according to the normal CSR rules. With the latest back-end service update, this rule has been adjusted so that the first player to quit always loses 15 CSR points. But if that first player quit early in the game or is a no-show, the CSR losses and gains for the other players are capped at plus or minus 5 CSR points. That means that any player who leaves the match after an early quitter will only lose a maximum of 5 CSR points, and then you also won't be banned for quitting.
Teacher, for those of
Yep.
us in the class that are in the back that are not really paying attention,
Yep.
Can you remind us again what a CSR point is?
So when you're in ranked mode, there's different ranks, starting all the way at bronze 1, going up the different tiers, bronze to silver to gold to platinum to diamond to onyx. Okay, the way that you go up those ranks is based on how much CSR you have. Think of CSR as just a think of it like a progression system. Really, I think of it as like points. Okay, the more points you get, the higher up in rank you go. If you lose games, then you lose points, and then you'll go down in rank. So traditionally, when you go into a game and you win, you end up getting 15 CSR points. Okay, you keep winning, and eventually you go up in rank. So let's say, for the sake of an example, that the difference between gold 3 and gold 4 was 30 CSR points. That means that you need to win 2 games. If you start out exactly at gold 3, you need to win 2 games to get from gold 3 to gold 4. Does that make sense so far, what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So what they're saying is if you go into a ranked game and some jerk decides to quit early for whatever reason, or you get into a game and there's only 3 of you against a team of 4 people, instead of losing 15 points like you normally would for a loss in ranked, you're only going to lose 5 points because it's not really your fault that that happened, but there is still a chance that you could win the game.
So, there's a concern here.
What's the concern?
What? So, you know how some people, they'll probably, like, I guess, farm or whatever it is to rank up higher.
Okay.
Let's say you're losing really badly.
Yeah.
And then one of your teammates decides, well, fuck it, I'm just going to leave. Right?
Right.
Would that not lessen the damage that you would take from that situation?
So there's a qualification here for quitting early.
Okay.
What it says specifically is any player who leaves the match after an early quitter will only lose a maximum of 5 CSR points. So if somebody quits towards the middle or the end of the game, you're still going to lose all the normal points that you normally would.
Oh, okay. So it's not like, okay, maybe I was misunderstanding them because like I was understanding it like, and you know, like if they were to lose, they wouldn't lose as many points because they had an early quitter.
Say that one more time because I think you're right.
Okay. You and I play a game of ranked doubles.
Yep.
Okay. You quit early on me.
Yep.
I finished the game, and usually I would take negative 15 points because I lost.
Right.
Typically, even if I was playing with you or whatever. Right. But this time, because you quit early, I now just lose negative 5 points.
And you can quit without fear of being banned for quitting. So you don't have to play the whole game now. If one guy quits, you can just take off. You don't have to worry about being banned, and you're not going to lose 15 points. The first guy who quits loses 15 points. If somebody's starting out in the game and he just takes off, yeah, he's losing the full 15. But everybody on the team who's left over is not harmed.
So what about the people, and Rabble brings up a point here, like what about the people that, that stick through it and still play the game and lose?
You don't need to. It doesn't give you any kind of benefit.
Shouldn't there be a benefit though?
a benefit for just getting stomped on for 20 minutes?
Well, I mean, I guess there's like, because then like, you know, there's like a sportsmanship aspect to it, no?
I don't disagree with that. I think that there is something sportsmanship about, hey, you know what? I'm in this game. I'm not leaving this game until the game's over. And you're still welcome to do that. If it's about sportsmanship, you are certainly welcome to do that. But for anybody who quits because they're like, look, I just want to get into my next game. I don't want to get killed over and over for the next 12 minutes. You don't have to go through that. You can just quit and then get into another game.
Okay, but I guess there's no, I guess there's no real, I guess, reward. It feels like they're just more encouraging you guys to quit early then. Right, which defeats the purpose, therefore, of like more people playing.
If one person
for longer periods of time, like there's no like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I think it's a worse experience for people if somebody quits and then they feel like they have to stay in the game knowing that they have little to no chance of winning the game and they're just going to get shot and killed over and over and over for the next 10 minutes. I don't think that that's really an experience that anybody enjoys. So having to go through that so that way you don't get in trouble for quitting, I think is actually kind of like getting kicked while you're down. Like, yeah, you're going to lose this ranked game because it's competitive and everybody's around the same skill level and it's a 4v3. On top of that, you're already going to lose. But on top of that, now you have to play out the rest of the game or you're going to be banned for quitting. So you sit there taking the shots over and over and over. Every once in a while, you're going to get a jerk of a team who has captured the flag. And instead of just capturing the flags, they're just going to spend the next 15 minutes farming kills off of you because they can do that. So rather than have any of these kind of experiences that, you know, players have to go through just sitting for 10 minutes getting shot over and over, they're saying, look, just quit. Just quit and get into a new game because nobody likes that. Nobody likes having to sit there for 10 minutes getting shot over and over, you know, not being able to do anything about it.
Okay. Now, are there benefits if you do have somebody that quits on your team and you win?
I think that you still win. Yeah, you still get 15 points for winning, but you don't get more than 15. It just counts as a win. But I agree. Somebody quits early, you should get like 25 points. Like they should give you more points for being down a person.
Okay. I just.
And here's the deal. This is based off the normal CSR rules. There could be a bunch of stuff that, you know, this is just like a little paragraph talking about penalties for leaving and stuff like that. There might be more things that go into it. It may not just be 15 CSR points. There might be more points for, you know, that are added for, you know, doing the best on the team or something like that. You know, so it might not just be as simple as everybody only gets 15 points for going up and down, but it definitely looks like when it comes to the CSR losses and gains, you know, in a situation where somebody quits, it's going to be capped at 5 for everybody else.
Now, you play a bunch of ranked games.
Yep.
You quit early or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? You jump into social for a bit. Still, you know, muscle memory, ranked games. All of a sudden, you quit early. You banned?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're quitting.
But social.
Yeah, but I think they even ban you for quitting too much in social.
Right, but see, now there's what I'm getting at is there's more leniency on ranked all of a sudden.
The leniency is only for the players who are already down a person. So let's say that me, you, Joseph, and Muhammad are on a team. Okay? Mm-hmm. Joseph quits within the first 10 seconds. That leaves me, you, and Muhammad sitting there going against 4 guys who are all coordinating with each other, and we're getting crushed. Joseph, who was the first one to quit, he loses the full 15 points and is probably going to get marked for quitting early and might get banned if he's done it too many times. Me, you, and Muhammad, we can either stick out the rest of the game, try and take them on, get to 15 points for winning. Or we can go, you know what? This is going to be kind of a brutal game. Maybe we try it for a couple minutes, kind of see how we stack up against them. Is there a shot? Could we do this? But if it's a complete blowout, then me, you, and Muhammad can just take off without having to go through it.
Right. So you're saying stack. So you said that the ranked team can try to stack up against the other team to see how they handle it.
Sure.
Right. And like, I guess what I'm trying to get at here is just that, like, okay, well then, like, how come there is no other kind of, like, benefits for them? Like, oh, that you know what, we actually stack up pretty well, all three of us against the four of them, right? Let's stick it through and actually win the game. There's no other extra benefits other than that 15. Like, we just won with one less player now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not
sure. I feel like we probably should have gotten just a little bit more, and it would also be like, oh, hey, you know what? Even though we do win with one less player, like I do want to stick it through because there is like a little bit more of a bonus that you do get for winning on like on a lesser team, or more a team more.
And there may still be. I don't think that this is definitive. Like, yes, 15 points, that's the most, and if somebody quits, okay, now it's down to 5 for the rest of the team. There might be some of that's in there. I'm just not 100% sure about it. I'm sure I can, if you want me to, I can find that information out, and then next week maybe we can come back and talk about CSR a little bit more when it comes to ranking, because I would be curious to know the same thing. In my mind, it would make sense, hey, it's 3v4, like, let's try and win, because now if we win, maybe we get double the points for being down a person and winning a game. Like, let's try our best here. Let's really go for it. I think that would encourage really good gameplay. And then look, if you're getting absolutely stomped on, okay, whatever, let's just quit. But at least there's something there for, like, hey, you know what, let's fight. Let's try and keep this going. Let's make this a competitive game. I totally agree with you. I think that there should be an incentive for a team of 3 to continue playing. And I hope that there is. I'm not sure if there is, but I hope that there is.
All right, and then them not really doing anything for social, I suppose. Like,
no, it's just for ranked, because you don't have to worry about. Yeah, you don't have to worry about CSR and social, because it's not tracked. You can't see it.
But I have to worry about if I disconnect, due to whatever happens, a glitch on the Xbox or something, that I'm going to be banned for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you're quitting on social, or if you're having some kind of issue with your connection.
Even though it has nothing to do with whatever happens to me, like maybe the game crashed or something. That's not my problem.
They just can't tell the difference. They might be able to tell the difference if the game crashes. But if your connection goes out, I don't think that they can tell the difference between you just turning off your Xbox and your internet having some kind of issue. But I think they can tell if the game crashes. I've never been banned in matchmaking, but I've had plenty of games crash on me where I'm just getting kicked out in the middle of the game.
Okay. All right. That's I don't know. That was just a, I guess, interesting change that they had made. I felt like it, I guess, Rabbit does bring up that point of like, oh, hey, yeah, no, they should buff the CSR values for those that, decide to stay on the smaller team.
I agree.
I also would think that, 343 definitely would want people playing more or for as long as they can and all that kind of stuff. So, like, they would want to find ways to encourage players to, even though they have less of a team, to still play.
Yeah.
Right, because like we don't want to encourage quitting early and then jump into socials, and quitting early is okay on ranked, so and then all of a sudden you got people that are banned and people getting frustrated over it. Right.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of the point of view that I'm kind of coming at here. It's just that I don't know, it just it feels weird.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there should be a reward. I'm not certain that there's not more of a reward. I'm not certain about that, but I'm with you. I believe that there should be if there's not. If there's not already a reward for beating a team when you're down a guy, then I think that there should be. I'm not sure if there is or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what else did you have there?
Those were kind of the main things from the update that really stood out the most to me. There's a bunch of like networking things that they fixed, a bunch of like crashing things that got fixed, a bunch of stuff with the campaign, with theater, with challenges and medals, menus, audio, visuals. I will say the other thing that's probably most noticeable is that when you play the game, there's no longer 20 weekly challenges. It's down to 10 weekly challenges. And those 10 challenges, you can complete them in any playlist in the game. So you no longer have to separate off from your friends who you're playing with. If you have a challenge for playing land grab and they have a challenge for playing SWAT or something like that, they got rid of those playlist specific challenges. Now every challenge is basically universal. I'm actually going to open up the challenges for this week since it's Wednesday. They just got changed yesterday, and I'm going to go over them real quick so you kind of have an idea about what these kind of look like. The challenges I think are a little bit more difficult than they were before. So even though there's less, I think some of them kind of take a little bit more work. Although that was just like my experience, at least from the first from last week. That was my experience from last week. So let me read these real quick. I got the game loading. How do you feel about the 10 challenges versus 20 for the weekly reward?
Well, I feel like it'd be less of a chore now to those people that, you know, are looking for challenges.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to be able to say, like, oh, hey, I have 10 challenges to complete, sure. But I don't have to jump into very specific game types for it, right? So, like, I can casually play and actually earn those challenges without even knowing about it.
Correct.
Right. Which is definitely nice, for sure. And then, like, I don't have to hop in and be like, oh, well, Trax has to play attrition. I don't really want to play attrition, but I'm just gonna, you know, do it anyways, just because, you know, Trax has to do it.
Right.
You know? So that's definitely nice.
So here's some examples of the challenges. Okay, and this week the challenge is some kind of armor piece on the chest with this like giant knife. It actually looks kind of badass. So I'm going to go for this one. But here's the challenges, at least on my game, for what I have. Earn cumulative personal score in PvP. Kill enemy Spartans with a melee attack in PvP. Kill enemy Spartans with any power weapons. Kill enemy Spartans from behind with a melee attack in PvP. Kill any Spartans with an assault rifle, battle rifle, sidekick, or frag grenade. It's kind of a weird one. Oh, Lord of the Loadout. So that's why they call it that. Kill an enemy Spartan with a pistol immediately after switching to it. So you get somebody really weak, switch out to your pistol, pop, and then you get them. Kill an enemy Spartan by sticking them with a plasma or spike grenade in PvP. Well, that's cool. That'll be fun. Earn Guardian Angel, Reversal, or Last Shot medals. Kill enemy Spartans with hard light weapons. Earn any killing spree medal in PvP. And those are my 10 challenges. What the hell's a hard light weapon? Are they talking like
I would assume like,
plasma caster?
Well, a weapon that uses hard light, so Sentinel beam maybe?
Sentinel beam, shockwave.
Anything
okay.
Promethean. Or Forerunner or whatever.
Yeah. Forerunner? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Okay.
Okay. Did you notice that they kept in like in PvP? Are we gonna start seeing PvE challenges at some point?
You know, it's kind of interesting because all of these would be PvP. Right. I'm not sure why there's a distinction for some of them.
Right. So like I don't know. Like at some point, are they going to be like, oh, in PvE? So I would just hop into the Halo campaign and start doing that. You know.
I'm going to read these two medals, and you tell me why one says in PvP and the other doesn't. Okay? Here's this challenge called Drawn and Garden. Kill an enemy Spartan with a pistol immediately after switching to it. The next one is called Separation Anxiety. Kill an enemy Spartan by sticking them with a plasma or spike grenade in PvP. Why wouldn't the first one also say kill an enemy Spartan with a pistol immediately after switching to it in PvP? Or why wouldn't the other one not include PvP? And it could just say kill an enemy Spartan by sticking them with a plasma or spike grenade. What's that about? Why does it say...
so I mean, like, my first instinct was to say, okay, well, kill enemy Spartan. Well, the only way you can kill enemy Spartans would be in PvP anyway. In PvP. So, like, I guess that's kind of self-explanatory. But then you probably followed it up with the same thing. Kill enemy Spartan in PvP. Or kill enemy Spartan with whatever in PvP. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know why they chose that. Could it be just an error or something? Maybe. Are we looking too far into it? Probably.
I have an idea.
Um,
Maybe you can get some of these challenges completed when you do the Spartan Academy and you're playing against bots. Maybe they're not considered PvP. It's just a guess. I'm not actually sure about that.
Yeah, that could be it too. Like that one matchmaking mode where it's just like four players against all bots. Yeah, I guess that could be it too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a little distinction there. Okay, interesting.
Little distinky.
Yeah, I mean, like the only way we would know is if we tried it. So, right?
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Tune in for the next 20 minutes when Trax is going to jump into a player versus bots match and go for that one challenge and see if he gets it.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? They got rid of that playlist.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so you no more Spartan.
There goes a lot of people's warm-ups.
Yeah, there goes that whole thing. It goes Rumble Pit, Quick Play, Joint Ops, Big Team Battle, Fiesta, Ranked Arena, Ranked Survivors.
Joint Ops?
Team Slayer, and Tactical Slayer. Yeah, Joint Ops is one flag up for grabs. It's attackers versus destroyers, camo versus threat sensors. Stay silent, stay vigilant, stay deadly.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the highlighted playlist last week. This week, the highlighted playlist is Rumble Pit for some reason. So whatever.
Yay, Rumble Pit. Maybe I should play some more Rumble Pit.
Maybe.
I like Rumble Pit.
Rumble Pit. But that's pretty much. That's pretty much.
No one to disappoint in free for all, except for myself.
Pretty much everything there.
Rumble Pit.
All right. Anything else that you want to get into here today, sir?
Have you had a chance to play our Gargoyle map?
No.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to play.
I played on Saturday night after work, and well, yeah, it was like way late at night after work. And like, you know, I tried hopping on, and like I played some Big Team Battle, and like, you know, I never ended up getting like map rotations for detachment or anything, so I never ended up playing any of the new maps, which I was kind of curious as to how the Gargoyle map's gonna go.
Yeah.
And yes, I know it's Argyle, but I like to call it Gargoyle.
Okay, because I had no idea what the hell you were talking about at first. So you're talking about Argyle. Got it. Forge.
Have you played Argyle?
Yes, I played Argyle, I believe. Let me shoot up a custom game real quick and pick out Argyle so I can walk around on it.
Oh. Any thoughts? Like, when I was looking at it through the trailers, it kind of semi reminded me of that one map that we just got recently, actually. The one with the one bridge at the top mid that takes you from one side of the one side of the map to the other or whatever, and like it's just got a bunch of like layers to it. What's that map called?
I don't know. What map is that?
It was the newest one before these two. It was a light bridge.
Catalyst. Catalyst.
It was what?
Catalyst. Yeah.
Sure.
I like Catalyst. All right, here's Argyle. I'm going to shoot up Argyle real quick.
Wow. Okay.
What?
You're going to shoot up Argyle. How dare you?
Yeah. Pepper him with my AR-15.
Get him! Get him! Show him who's boss of that map, Argyle.
Wow, it's taking a minute to load. Okay, whatever.
Did you have a chance to play like the mission replay or anything at all? Like campaign or like co-op at all?
Nope. No, I pretty much just stuck to the multiplayer. I
got a chance to see a little bit because I think Shadow was playing it. Shadow 6400. He was playing some co-op campaign with some friends, and friends being I think it was Paranormal Cow and Katie.
Okay.
Katie did. And like I don't know,
Katie
it
did
seemed,
what?
it seemed interesting. I just felt when I was watching it, I just felt like some of those boss battles they were shredding through them too quickly, and that's a kind of bothersome for me. I thought they would kind of scale it based on how many players there are, but it doesn't seem like they did. I guess I'll have to find out when I actually do play. Maybe they just made it look too easy because they're
Right.
just such skilled players.
Such
I don't know.
badasses.
Yeah, they're just so good at the game, right? So.
You know what? I booted up Argyle and I'm walking around on the map right now, and for the life of me, I don't remember playing this in matchmaking, so I don't think that I've played this yet.
Oh. Okay.
I have noticed something a little interesting though.
What's that?
Well, the map is fairly small. There's 2 sniper rifles on it.
Oh. Like sniper rifles?
Yeah.
Oh. You're not mixing it up with the shock rifle or anything, right?
Nope, definitely Argyle.
Because you know, SR can get rather confusing.
Yes. Yeah. No, I was careful though. But yeah, 2 sniper rifles. That's very interesting to me.
Okay. One for one side, one for the other.
Yeah, but it's kind of a small map. Like, I mean, it's not super small.
Are there long
but...
lanes of sight?
Yeah, the middle of the map is kind of open. You know what this room kind of reminds me of a little bit? It kind of reminds me of the beginning of that one Halo 2 mission. What was that one called? It's where the grave mine sends you to go kill whoever. I'm just standing in the middle of the map here, and like it's kind of like open in the middle, and then on either side there's these areas, you know, where you go up steps, and there's kind of like these hallways and stuff like that, like on the sides. But the middle is fairly open, you know, so the direct path obviously is going to be out in the open, but this does not seem like a very big map to me, so I'm surprised that they have 2 sniper rifles on it. I'm not mad about it, I'm just surprised, that's all. I'm not mad, you're mad.
I'm trying to figure out which map you're talking about. The Grave Mine Send. Were you playing as Arbiter or Master Chief?
Master Chief. We start out with the Needler.
Oh, okay. I see. Like immediately straight off the bat, they go through the whole like Master Chief jumps in through the portal or whatever and like scares the grunt and goes boom.
Yeah.
What map? What was that called?
Oh, it might have been called. I don't remember.
I don't think that's what any of the maps are called.
I just don't remember the name.
No, I don't think that was it either.
Maybe it was called Gravemine. I don't remember.
Yeah, probably was actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, it might have been called the Gravemind.
But yeah, so this map looks cool to me. I'm excited to play on it. So, yeah,
I wonder.
That's that.
If in Halo Infinite, I know everything's revolving around the Banished, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if they're gonna bring just a Covenant-inspired map.
I hope so. I mean, it's a nice, like, it's a different aesthetic, and it looks nice. You know, like it would be a good kind of change up.
Because like a lot of the Banished is very grays and reds, right?
Yep.
And one of the biggest distinguishes like between like like the Marines you're gonna see is very grays and greens, and then the Covenant was purple. So.
Yeah, it added to
Excuse
the
me,
color
I had to
palette.
sneeze. Sorry, purples and like blues. My apologies, I had to sneeze.
You're fine. You don't have to apologize for that.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see if we're gonna end up seeing like just imagine. Oh, what that'd be kind of cool if they had like a like you know how they have like the story mode stuff. Like if they had a point where maybe the Arbiter or somebody from like the Elites or something kind of come in to try to help out the multiplayer characters or something, and like they end up bringing their ship, and that ship ends up becoming like a little bit of a maybe a battlefield or something that you can have like an arena map.
Oh, that's a nice
how you
idea.
Get your Covenant inspired kind of right. That way, it doesn't have to be Covenant specific. but it could be Covenant inspired with those colors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like the idea
Because
of
there's
having some kind of...
definitely a lot of grays and reds and maybe some like whites and greens in there. But I'm missing, the purples, the yellows, the oranges.
The Covenant. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you. It'd be nice to see more of that for sure.
Did you ever take a look at the season's pass by any chance? Like, any of the new customization stuff?
Yeah, the only thing that I'm really interested in is the Mark V helmet, which is at the level 30 of the battle pass. That's about it. Was there anything in there that kind of stood out to you that you wanted to mention and talk about?
Is it just me, or was that all Halo Reach stuff still?
Yeah, so the one helmet that's in there, I think it's called the CQC. That's been a helmet that people have been asking for a while. That's a Halo 3 one.
Okay.
But yeah, it definitely seems like a bunch more of like the kind of Halo Reach. I don't know what the deal is with Halo Reach and why they kind of keep going back to it, but they seem to keep doing that. Digging from that well, hoping for more water.
Yeah, oh well. I didn't seem to find anything that piqued my interest again, still, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd really like to see, like, just do one Reach event where you have all the Reach stuff. Like, don't do this, like, just...
But they did that already. Wasn't that Season 1?
Yeah, I know, but same thing with Halo 3. In Season 1, I thought it was, like, Halo 3 stuff, too. Or was that Season 2? So I don't even remember, dude. I don't even remember. I just remember the Mark V and having, like, all the different Halo 3 kind of stuff. But then there's a bunch of Halo Reach kind of stuff. So, like, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. It's too much. Too much. I think, for my own sanity, I'd like them to make it more clear. Like, have a battle pass that's all based around Halo 3 armors.
Have a battle pass that's based around Halo Wars 2. That would be really cool. I know that's something that Firemage has brought up in the past in some of our chats. I think that'd be really cool to see Halo Wars 2 stuff.
I think that's a great idea.
Like, imagine Spartan, like the red team armor that you see from Halo 2.
Hell yeah.
Or Halo Wars 2, sorry.
Yeah, they should 100% do that. I think that's a good idea. I don't know why they haven't. I don't know who's putting all this shit together. But, yeah, I think that they could do a little bit of a better job at having kind of like a cohesive, hey, look, all that shit you like about Halo Wars 2? Well, boom. Here's a bunch of stuff. We got emblems. We got armors. We got all this stuff.
Imagine a tank skin that changes your tank to be a grizzly tank from Halo Wars 2.
Yes,
it doesn't have to fire this. It doesn't have to fire differently. It just has to look like.
Right. Yeah, it's exactly what I mean.
So cool. Or even like a Halo Wars 2 inspired Wraith, because the Halo Wars 2 inspired like Wraiths. They had like they had like those like those like, what do they call it? Like the spikes at the bottom or whatever.
Okay.
Of the Wraith, right? And it really looked like they were going in for a kill, man. Like they were gonna ram them people over, ram vehicles, and like just tear them to shreds,
Right.
Whereas the Wraith that I see now, I just don't see that.
Yeah, I think that would be the right way to do it for sure.
Or another fun vehicle that could be brought in was the Jackrabbit from Halo Wars 2.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a it's a 3-wheeled warthog kind of thing.
Okay.
And like it had 2 front wheels and 1 back wheel, and the front wheels were able to, when a Jackrabbit was speeding up, those 2 wheels in the front came closer together to give it more like aerodynamics, and it was able to kind of speed up faster. And then when it needed to slow down, those 2 wheels would separate a bit more to slow down.
Interesting.
And it had just a turret on the back, so a driver and a turret. That's it.
Okay. That sounds kind of neat.
No passenger. It was meant to be a scout vehicle.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see those kind of vehicles make their way into this game too. Like why not? Just put everything in. I guess they need more people employed, or they gotta keep more people, whatever. But
part of me wonders if that's actually part of the the plan. I think it'd be really cool if it was part of that.
Yeah, they should let us know. Hey, look, next year we're gonna have a Halo Wars 2 season where we're gonna have all these weapons and all these vehicles, and they're gonna get into the game. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, let's go. What are we doing?
That'd be cool. That would be really cool.
It would be cool.
It'd be also cool to see some of those like banished vehicles that they brought in Halo Wars 2. Oh man.
I wish I knew the vehicles, because I don't know any of them, but I know that there's a bunch of different ones, and so, like, you know, whatever they can adapt for this game, they should.
Called, but there's one that works at, I think it's a blisterback or whatever, but like it works as an aerial vehicle, and then it can land, and it won't be able to move, but it can land, lock down, and then be anti-air.
What the hell? So it's an air vehicle that lands and then becomes anti-air.
So when it's flying, it's considered an air vehicle, and it can fire on troops, right? But then when it lands, right, you can lock it down when it lands, right? And then at that point, it becomes just a regular vehicle, right? And it acts as like an anti-air.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, so like when you're playing Halo Wars 2, you have to take that in consideration. Like if it's in the air, you have to throw anti-air at it, right? Because it's acting as an air vehicle. But when it's like completely landed and like locked down and like it cannot move from that spot, it's now considered a vehicle threat. So you have to use anti-vehicle threats on it.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it'd be cool to be able to like fly around for a bit and then lock down and like, oh hey, there's a wasp there, let's take it down, and then like try to fly around again.
Yeah, I love the idea of any kind of vehicle that's gonna help me just take out wasps, because I hate those fucking things.
We need the what's that one from Halo 3, the missile launcher. We need the missile launcher now.
The missile pod.
Oh yeah, the missile pod. We need that, and we need the Spartan laser back.
Spartan laser would be nice. Yeah, I just want it to one-shot vehicles again.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, get the wasp out of the sky. I'm so tired of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know. All right, anything else that you want to go over?
No, that's about it, right? Because I never got to play as much as I had hoped.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a small indie movie came out this past weekend. Nothing too crazy. House of Mouse. So.
House of Mouse.
Yeah. It was Black Panther.
Yeah. How was that?
Like I was just, actually, it wasn't that bad. I was sick as a dog working through that weekend, but you know,
I'm sorry. That
was fun. Unfortunately, the entire time I was testing negative, so there's that.
Good.
For COVID. But you know, I still popped in some medication and just dragged my butt to work. Unfortunately, just because there's a lot of responsibility on my shoulders.
That's how you gotta do it.
And calling in sick was not an ideal thing to be doing in that situation, because we'd be letting the team down significantly.
Well, I love how you showed up for everybody. I think that says a lot about you.
Initiative. Also the medication was fun to take, you know, just let's take some neocitrin. I'm gonna take a Dayquil before I go. I'm gonna rub Vicks on my nose and like, you know, just underneath the nostrils just to kind of make sure that's going through. Have a Halls every hour.
There you go.
And you know, make sure I'm masked up so I'm not, you know, possibly passing this on to anybody. Not taking the mask off until break time, putting the mask back on immediately after break, and walking around like a zombie.
That's really funny, actually. Well, proud of you for doing that. That's pretty awesome. I get that, you know, initiative plus medicine equals you were able to get through the weekend. That's good. Could you talk to us real quick again about the Avenging Crusade Memorial stream?
Yeah, so that's happening on Saturday. A lot of us are getting together around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe even 8 p.m. Some of us even at Eastern Standard Time. So what we'll probably end up doing is like if 6 p.m. rolls around and we don't have like, you know, enough to kind of just start doing the custom games, we'll probably just throw in and like, do some matchmaking in Halo Reach to kind of get ourselves warmed up or something, and then from there we'll eventually transition into custom games. And then after that, as people kind of die out, we might move over to Halo Infinite. Or we might just stick it to MCC. It's all kind of in the air, so if you guys are interested, just make sure you have Halo MCC installed. Also make sure it's updated, and also make sure you have the Halo Reach expansion, because I know that's not something everybody does have.
Right.
So that's going to be something that's going to be very important. Lots of custom game shenanigans, so it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people are going to be looking forward to. Mongoose Getaway is one of those big ones that we tend to play a lot. Some people seem to like to have the sniper in their hands, and other people like the anticipation of, will we be able to make it to the end of the track to kill the sniper? You know, got a bunch of that. Any money earned in that stream, and during this month, actually, typically, what I end up doing is like, I'll take whatever subs that I did earn earlier in the month, and I'll throw that into the sub count that goes towards the memorial stream. That will end up kind of just going towards the family as well.
Very
Bits
cool.
will go. I'm still got to work out potential donations. I don't know if that's gonna end up, if I'm gonna get that done. I'm kind of wrapped up with work and all this other stuff as well.
Sure.
So that's all kind of TBD. But yeah, come by, enjoy, watch the stream, have fun, say hi, you know, enjoy for what it is, essentially. And the family will be there in the stream, so let's try to keep it clean, I hope. But because they do like to listen to our banter, yes, but you know, it's also a Twitch stream, guys, so
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything anymore, but I definitely get what you're saying.
Unfiltered. I'm not gonna be the guy like, hey, don't talk about this specifically, you know,
Right.
because you know, I don't have control 100% of what everyone's gonna say. There's a lot of people talking at the same time, but yeah, it is what it is. 12-hour stream, so somebody's gonna have to keep me up.
Very
Please
cool.
keep me awake.
Keep him awake. Let's keep him awake.
All right.
Cool.
But yeah.
You can find us on social media. Find all of our links in the show notes or in the description to find us. And we will be back next week with another episode. And this has been episode 105 of the Red Spartan Halo podcast. I love you all, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Wow, he's saying that. That's that was kind of on point.
You liked it?
Did you practice that?
Nope.
Oh. I thought you were gonna practice that. You were practicing that. It sounded like
I'm just a man of God.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh. All right, everybody who is here for the live stream, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
That one was higher pitched.
Bye-bye.
That was just creepy.